only business, and President Trump returns to the White House to continue treatment for COVID-19. All those stories after CBS News at 10 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Steve Futterman in Los Angeles. It didn't last as long as many people expected. 3 days after President Trump was admitted to Walter Reed Medical Center to be treated for COVID-19, he is back at the White House. Here's CBS's Skylar Henry.
Dr. Conley said the president would be closely monitored for the next week.
If we can get through to Monday with him remaining the same or improving, better yet, then we will all take that final deep sigh of relief.
At least 19 people with ties to the White House have tested positive for the coronavirus, including 2 Republicans on the Senate Judiciary Committee.
The White House is facing some criticism for reportedly not seeking out those who attended the nomination ceremony for Amy Coney Barrett. That event appears to have been a COVID-19 spreader. Poor Amanda Villey is with the New York Times.
They're actually not doing any contact tracing of the guests who were there on that Saturday for the celebration of the nomination of Judge Barrett, and so they haven't actually reached out to the guests and visitors to the White House from that event.
Barrett's confirmation hearing is set for next week, despite requests from Democrats to delay it because of the COVID-19 outbreak. CBS's Nancy Cordes.
Republican leaders say they will not let 3 congressional cases of COVID delay the confirmation of Judge Amy Coney Barrett. One of the 3 said today he agrees.
And then there's a level of unjustifiable hysteria about COVID.
Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson told a radio host he's still in isolation but has no symptoms.
If we have to go in and vote, I mean, I've already told the leadership I'll go in and see.
In the nation's capital, some students will be permitted to attend in-person classes. CBS's Lisa Mateo.
Preschool and elementary students learning English as a second language or those with special needs or experiencing homelessness will be allowed to return to classrooms in Washington, D.C. next month for in-person learning. Others in those grades can return with virtual learning in supervised classrooms. Middle and high schoolers will continue distance learning from home.
Hurricane Delta is moving along the Caribbean. CBS's meteorologist David Parkinson tells us where it's headed next.
Now that we have a Category 1 hurricane, the storm continues to intensify rather rapidly, and now you have a situation where Cancun is somewhere between 24 and 36 hours away from a potential landfall of a hurricane that could be a Category 3. So things are really escalating quickly on the Yucatan Peninsula.
Playoff baseball Monday night. The American League Divisional Series began. The Houston Astros beat the Oakland A's. The New York Yankees beat the Tampa Bay Rays. The National League Series begins Tuesday. This is CBS News.
You can listen to CBS News Radio 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on radio.com or the radio.com app. Download it today.
They're pounding on the door. They're calling on the phone. It's the collectors. It's those credit cards you ran up trying to start your business. Now you found out that a DBA hurts the family and brings the pain home. For over 40 years, Ray Reynolds has helped customers get millions in credit. Ray will get your score above 740. Check out his free live webinar. Just log on to rayswebinar.com. Daily live webinars Monday through Friday, 11, 2, and 4 p.m. Pacific. Even Saturdays, 9 a.m. Pacific. Or call 800-698-3517. That's 800-698-3517. President Trump is fighting back. Each night, Greg Kelly reports gives you the real story on Trump and exposes Joe Biden's record. Almost 10 million cable viewers tuned into Newsmax TV last month. Find Newsmax on major cable systems. Check your guide. Get Newsmax free on Roku, Zumo, YouTube, Pluto, Apple TV, Chromecast, Amazon Fire, or smart TVs like Samsung and LG. And download the free Newsmax app on your smartphone. Watch Greg Kelly and Newsmax TV. It's real news for real people. A piece of NBA history has been sold. CBS News correspondent Deborah Rodriguez has the story.
Someone paid $631,000 for a piece of hardwood floor from L.A. Staples Center. It's the giant chunk of number 8 Kobe Bryant signed after his final game there, where he scored 60 points in L.A.'s victory over the Jazz. Heritage Auction says it will donate 10% of the proceeds to Kobe's Mamba and Mamba Kita Sports Foundation. Bryant and his 13-year-old daughter, John, was at a helicopter crash in January. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
The team Kobe Bryant played for, the LA Lakers, is right now battling to win the NBA championship. The Lakers are playing the Miami Heat. Right now, LA leads Miami 2-9 in the best-of-7 series. Game 4 Tuesday night. The
Lakers are dedicating their season to the late Laker greats. I'm Steve Futterman. Southern California, 24 hours. KNX 1070 News Radio. Good evening, Nathan Robison for Brian Ping, and our top local stories at 10:05. A lawsuit is filed by the children of a Pasadena man who was shot to death while trying to enter a market without a mask. And L.A. County starts accepting waiver applications from elementary schools seeking to bring some students back. But first, traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the 5s. Here's Tanya Campos.
We've had a couple of crashes on the 710, so we'll start with one in Long Beach on the 710 North at Del Amo Boulevard. There's a solo vehicle crash. Looks like that vehicle is over the side, and they are going to be shutting down the off-ramp, the Del Amo off-ramp, and it looks like traffic is stopped right now from the 405. Another crash being reported is on the 710 North at Imperial Highway. This is on the on-ramp. Looks like a big rig and a car got into it, and actually they reported this on the on-ramp. It looks like it may be on the main line. We've got a vehicle on the right shoulder facing the wrong way. Another collision to report, northbound 110. This is just before the 10 downtown. This looks like a 4-car crash. They are all in the slow lane. One vehicle is smoking and lost its tire, so it may not be able to move on its own. They may have to come and move that vehicle. The 101 north of Alvarado, the fire crews have a handle on a brush fire, or it was a debris fire at the top of that on-ramp, the Alvarado Street off-ramp. We've got some road work causing a little bit of slowing through the Cahuenga Pass. Northbound 101 from Highland Avenue to the Ventura 101. The left 2 lanes are closed for Caltrans work. Next report at 10:15. I'm Tanya Campos with more traffic reports more often. KNX 1070 News Radio.
It's partly cloudy overnight with some low clouds and some dense fog in some areas moving in later on, probably after midnight. Tomorrow it will be, well, it won't be sunny. It'll be partly cloudy with some sun peeping through. So not quite as brilliantly sunny as it has been, although it has been a little bit hazy too. 90 degrees for the high in the inland areas tomorrow, mid-90s in the valleys. By the end of the week, we'll really start to feel like fall. More on that coming up with your 5-day forecast at 10:15. Long Beach is at 69 degrees right now. In Van Nuys it's 77 degrees, and in Claremont it is 70 degrees at 10:07. On Gardena Market, a security guard and his wife being sued by the children of a Gardena man who was shot to death while trying to enter the business in July without a mask.
The Los Angeles Superior Court lawsuit was originally brought July 21st, and an amended version has been filed by the 4 children of Jerry Lewis against Green Farm Market, the security guard, and his spouse. The wrongful death negligence suit seeks unspecified damages. The security guard has been charged with murder, and both he and his wife are accused of being felons in possession of a handgun. Lewis was waiting for a tow truck and tried to enter the store when he was stopped for not wearing a mask. A fight broke out between he and the security guard, Umir Hawkins. After the fight broke up and Lewis started to leave, Hawkins used his own firearm to shoot Lewis, who died at the scene. Maggie McKay, KNX 1070 News Radio.
L.A. County started taking applications from schools that want waivers to allow young kids to go back to class. The waivers would be for students from TK or transitional kindergarten to 2nd grade only. And Public Health Director Dr. Barbara Ferrer says both staff and parents will have to be on board.
We'll require either a letter of support from all the unions that represent employees who work at the school, or for schools that don't have unions, a letter of support that's signed by the majority of teachers and staff. For parents, we're going to require a letter of support from parent organizations that are operating.
The county has a cap of only allowing 30 schools to get waivers each week. Classes could be back in session by the end of the month. 7 more people have died from coronavirus in the county, the death toll now topping 6,600. There have been another 472 new cases, but Monday's numbers are always low because of weekend reporting bugs. Well, President Trump has tweeted a new video recorded after he returned to the White House in which he tells the American public not to be afraid of COVID-19, saying the country will beat the disease. But L.A. County's top public health official is stressing the importance of following quarantine and isolation orders.
A lot of questions about who needs to quarantine and why.
Public Health Director Barbara Ferrer says anyone who tests positive needs to isolate for at least 10 days, and close contacts need to quarantine for 14 days.
Just because you test negative for the virus after your exposure does not mean that you aren't infected, because the virus can take up to 14 days to incubate the body.
Ferrer is emphasizing the need for diligence as the county is resuming business reopenings and accepting applications from elementary schools seeking waivers to bring back kids in TK through second grade. She says we all have a personal responsibility to protect ourselves and others from further transmission of this dangerous virus.
So we just had a really good example of how even every day not protect ourselves.
Since the pandemic began, more than 275,000 LA County residents have tested positive for COVID-19. Close to 6,600 have died. Claudia Pescuta, KNX 1070 News Radio.
In downtown LA, a multi-car crash at this hour. This is the 110 northbound just before the 10. This crash blocking the right lane. Tommy's taking a look at that and the rest of traffic in just about 4 minutes.
A word from Sonny and Hans of Sardo Interiors.
After 4 generations, we've learned a bit about interiors.
Whether it's genuine leather upholstery, draperies, refinishing,
We offer a complete interior for your home.
call 888-55-SARDO. SardoInteriors.com. The pandemic has caused yet another problem. Increased alcohol tolerance. I'm afraid to get out of milk from 1-800-NO-CUP. Let's get real. Some of you on the Zoom or drunk at spring break. Yes, it is always 5 p.m. somewhere in the world, says Joan from accounting. But if you've got to get out there for an adult beverage, know that law enforcement's out there too. So put 1-800-NO-CUPs on speed dial, since no one looks good in handcuffs, unless you're into that sort of thing. 1-800-NO-CUPs.
It's Mike Simpson here, focusing on health, and your family's health has never been more important than it is right now. Hand sanitizer, wipes flying off the shelves, but what about protecting the air that you breathe from those airborne viruses? IQ Air has developed the affordable Autumn Series 5-in-1 personal air purifying system to do just that. Now, the Autumn Series, winner of the Consumer Electronics Global Innovation Award, uses patented industry-leading hyper-HEPA filtration technology to remove 99% of airborne particulates down to the smallest that exist. The Autumn's portable. It delivers clean air directly to your breathing zone. You can set it up on any flat surface. It's easy. Coffee table, nightstand, desk, even in your car, anywhere. IQ Air uses state-of-the-art Swiss engineering to create the highest quality products on the market to keep your family safe. So keep the air your family breathes safe. Visit IQAir.com/US to learn some more. Or give them a call, 800-500-4AIR. It's IQAir.com/US or 800-500-4247.
Hi, I'm Aaron, owner of California Deluxe Windows. Ever notice? When your neighbors get new windows, there is a large black eye of broken stucco, uneven plaster, and even mismatched paint. At California Deluxe Windows, we never leave a ring around the window. Why? Because we are one of the only companies in California to custom craft every window and door to your home's exact measurement. Almost everyone else in the radio is a distributor. They grab a window from a warehouse, break open your walls, shove it in, and patch things up. At California Deluxe Windows, we take pride in our work. Our installation technique is so precise, we do not break your stucco. Your house could be covered with potato chips, and we wouldn't crack one.
Call now, and for a limited time, you get 20% off your entire order and interest-free financing for 1 year. 800-960-5600. 800-960-5600. That's 800-960-5600. California Deluxe Windows. Windows engineered for life. CSLB number 774. Wouldn't it be great if everything came with more? Like if your new computer came with unlimited tech support. When you choose a Medicare plan from United Healthcare, you get more. Like plans that have dental and vision coverage. Well, serious coverage. Call United Healthcare at 1-800-364-1360 to get Medicare with more. Remember, Medicare annual enrollment ends December 7th. What do you get when you talk to a Dell Technologies advisor? You get someone who understands this market, is able to hear more than what's being said, and can provide tailored small business solutions that make you feel truly heard.
Let's get started.
For advice on everything from laptops to the cloud and solutions powered by Intel V